Good day, grade 11 STEM students. Welcome to the HB classroom. Today, we will learn all about the introduction to the equation of a circle. The objectives of this lesson is to determine the equation of a circle in its standard form. This is part 1 of our introduction to the uh, conic section circle, which is a special type of a conic section. So we all know that a circle is also a special type of ellipse formed when the plane is perpendicular to the axis. Kasi last meeting, we have learned all about the different types of conic sections. And ito yung una nating pag-aaralan. And first, we need to define what is a circle. It is a set of all points in a plane that has a fixed distance r, known as the radius to the given point C called the center. Ngayon, we have 3 slides pag-aaralan natin. At the end of this lesson, paano natin malalaman ang equation ng circle sa kanyang standard form. Gagamit tayo ng different terminologies like the radius and the center. Now, take a look at the figure on the left side. So we have a circle graphed in a coordinate plane. And we can see the center, which is labeled as C with coordinates 3 and 1. We have point A with coordinates -2, 1, and B with coordinates 6 and 5. Now, pag-aralan natin yung meaning ng circle para malaman natin yung kanyang standard form. Now, himayin natin. It is set of all points in a plane. So, set of all points in a plane. Now, ito yung set of all points. Itong series of points na to doon sa circle na ang sabi, it has a fixed distance na which is tinatawag din nating equidistant, which means they have the same distance. Known as the radius from the given point C. So, ito daw ay all points on a circle. Mula sa C to all points on the circle ay pare-pareho daw ang distance. Kaya tinawag itong radius. Okay? So, papatunayan natin ngayon na with the given points A and B, mapapatunayan natin na any point nga ng circle is same ang kanyang distance from the center. Now, balikan muna natin kasi sinasabi natin itong word na distance. So, balikan muna natin yung formula na ginagamit natin to find the distance between 2 points. So, ang tawag doon ay the distance formula. Now, the distance formula goes like this. D, or distance, is equal to the square root of the sum of the squares of x sub 2 minus x sub 1 y and y sub 2 minus y sub 1. Most especially, ginagamit ito sa mga slanting lines para mahanap natin yung kanyang distance from one point to another. Pero, pag gusto nyo namang hanapin na may mas madaling formula to find the vertical line. Para sa vertical line, ito lang ang formula. The absolute value of y sub 2 minus y sub 1 and the distance para naman sa horizontal line ay x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Bakit? Kasi yung isang side nun, which is, for example, x sub 2 minus x sub 1, pareho lang ang magiging number niyan. And, for example, 2 minus 2 becomes 0. So, wala na rin namang isosolve. Kaya, ito na lang yung pwede nating shortcut way to solve the distance formula. For example naman dito sa horizontal line, y sub 2 minus y sub 1 will be the same. So, pag minus natin ng same number, it becomes 0. So, 0 na rin ang value nun. Now, bakit i-absolute value natin? Kasi kahit negative ang makuha natin dyan, gagawin pa rin natin siyang positive kasi walang negative na distance. Now, pag-aralan natin itong center papunta kay point A. Now, ililabel muna natin siya, no? C is our x sub 1. And, kuwit yon, 1 is our y sub 1. Ang negative 2 will be our x sub 2 and 1 becomes our y sub 2. Kukunin muna natin yung distance niyan, dalawang yan. Now, mapapansin natin na siya ay horizontal line. Tingnan ninyo, pahiga yung line. Since pahiga yung line, we can use this formula. X sub 2 minus x sub 1. Bakit? Mapapansin nyo na ang y sub 1 ay 1 at ang y sub 2 ay 1. So, papansin nyo dito na y sub 2 minus y sub 1, 1 minus 1 is 0. So, nagiging 0 na siya. So, pwede natin itong gamitin. So, take note of that kasi buburahin ko to. From point C naman to point B, ano mangyayari? Since it is a slanting line, we will use the general formula. Okay? So, take note of this kasi buburahin ko muna siya para isolve natin ang distance nilang lahat. Okay. Now, let's continue. We will look for the distance from the center to point A. So, lagay natin is AC. Now, sabi natin kanina, horizontal lang yung line, so we will use this formula. X sub 2 minus the absolute value of x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So, ano yung x sub 2? Negative 2. Enclose natin siya sa absolute value. Okay, maling sulat. Minus, what is our x sub 1? It's 3. And negative 2 minus 3 is absolute value of negative 5, which is also equal to 5. Now, the distance from the center to point A is 5. Lagyan ko lang ng box to compare later. Then, balik tayo sa blue. Now, let's look for the distance between point B to center or center to point B. So, lagay natin B, C. Gagamitin natin is the general formula for distance, which is the square root of the sum of the squares of x sub 2 minus x sub 1, y sub 2 minus y sub 1. Let's substitute all of them. So, we have the square root of, ano yung x sub 2? Okay, x sub 2, y sub 2. Okay? Ang x sub 2 is 6. Oh, sorry. Is 6 minus 3. Lagyan din ng squared plus y sub 2 is 5 minus 1 squared is equal to 6 minus 3 is 3 squared plus 5 minus 1 is 4 squared, which is equal to the square root of 9 plus 16. And ano ba yung 9 plus 16? Square root of 25 or equal siya sa, huwag na natin lagyan ng or, equal sa 5. Therefore, the distance between point B to C is 5. Then I will put box. Now, let's compare. Equal ba sila? Yes, they are equal. So can we say that this point P, which is unknown, will be also 5 from the center to point P? Yes. Kaya, yan ang conclusion natin that P to C is also 5 units ang distance. Yan. So, this is the evidence that any point on the circle from point C, they have a fixed distance. And sa next slide, pamangalanan natin siyang R or the radius. Okay? So, doon siya nang galing. Ano, from the center to any point on the circle, they are equidistant or the same distance, kaya tinawag siyang R, which is the radius. Now, let's have the next slide, please. Yan. Now, without considering the values first, so kasi gagawa na tayo dito ng formula, mapapansin ninyo na bakit po puro variables. Kasi ganito yung ginagawa natin. Pag nagpo-formulate tayo ng equation, which is applicable siya from the smallest value to the highest value possible. Now, kilalanin muna natin itong mga symbols na to para hindi tayo malilito. Now, alam na natin, kilala na natin si R. R is the, ay parang hindi naman natin gusto yung red. R is the radius. Yan. Yan yung radius. The distance between the center to any point on the circle. Next, ano naman tong si C? So, kilala nyo na si C. C is the center. Tama? Now, ano naman itong dalawa na nasa loob niya, which is the H and K? H serves as the X coordinate of the center. And K is the Y coordinate of the center. Ini ba siya sa X and Y? Kasi X and Y will be the universal values to any point on the circle. Pero nilagyan siya ng special variable para mas makilala natin yung H and madali nating ma-distinguish ang coordinates ng center. Kaya ginawa siyang H and K. Now, ano naman yung P? Pag nakakita ka ng P. Yung P is interchangeable. Pwede siya maging point A, point B, point C, hanggang point Z. Wag lang yung C kasi C is for the center. This is any point on the circle. Yan, napapalitan niya ng iba't ibang names or capital letters. And the X and the Y are the coordinates of point P. Ito naman ang coordinates ng center. Okay, so take note of these variables kasi yan yung makikita natin all throughout our lesson. Okay, so kilala na natin. Now, since kilala na natin, we will derive the formula of the circle in its standard form. Now, saan naman nakuha yon? Nakuha yon, dito ilalagay natin. I think we'll use the blue. Point P to point C, anong equal niya? For example, P to point C. Ano yung literal na makikita natin dito? From point P to point C, alam natin na ang distance nun is R. So, ito yung papatunayan natin. Okay, we will prove this. So, I will just erase itong ating labels. So, kilala naman na natin sila. Now, let's continue. CR is the radius. Yung point P to C, ano ba yung ginagamit natin to find the distance? Yes, the distance formula. So, ilalagay ko lang dito. Habaan lang natin. The sum of the squares. Wait lang, burahin lang natin ito. Medyo napataas. Wait lang po. Yan. The squares of the 2 points. So, di ba ito si x sub 1, y sub 1, x sub 2, y sub 2. Ayan. So, substitute lang natin. X sub 2 minus x sub 1, y sub 2 minus y sub 1. Ayan. Para mas malinaw. Isa-substitute natin. Kasi nilagyan natin ng panibagong label. Diba? Ang x sub 2 is x. Tama. Very good. Ang x sub 1 is h. Ang y sub 2, y. Ang y sub 1, k. Yan. Ngayon, para maging mas formal, ang gagawin natin, we will square the both sides to eliminate the square root. Okay? Pag na-square natin ang both sides, square the both sides, makakancel out ang square root. So, magiging x, the sum of the squares of x minus h and y minus k equals r squared. And that is the standard equation of the circle. So, yan. Dito nagsimula ang standard equation, or this is the standard equation of a circle. Now, mapapansin natin na nagmula siya sa distance formula. And now, siya ay applicable na gamitin sa conic sections. Now, let's have another example. This is the last slide. What can you observe about the h and k, or the center? Points on the center. So, we will use the center. The center, saan siya nakalocate sa coordinate plane? The h and the k. Yes, mapapansin natin that h and k is located at the origin. Origin has the coordinates of 0, 0. Very good. And since 0, 0 siya, we will use the distance formula, di ba? Ang distance formula, the standard equation of a circle. Balikan natin. Ito yung standard equation of a circle. We will rewrite the sum, again. The sum of the squares of x minus h and y minus k equals r squared. Ano mapapansin ninyo sa h and k? They are equal to 0. So we have x minus 0 and y minus 0. So anong mapapansin ninyo? They will become 0. X minus 0 is x squared plus y minus 0 is y squared equals r squared. And this is another form of the standard equation of a circle. So, ano ang pinagkaiba nito dun sa isa? Ito ay kanina, nasan ba ang center nitong isa? Yes, not located at the origin. Any. Ito ay, sulat natin sa green, not located at the origin. Ang ano? Ang center. The center is not located at the origin. Ito yung gagamitin nating standard equation. Pero, Pag ang standard equation of a circle is located at the origin, ito po ang ating gagamitin. So, dyan nagmula ang standard equation of a circle. So, sana nauunawaan ninyo. Ang next video natin ay para na sa mga examples ng circle in its standard form. So, thank you for watching.